Good morning, friends of the media. I'm indeed happy to have all of you here in what I will call a bittersweet moment for me. Sweet because I have the opportunity to represent Tobago in its pristine glory and represent the people of Tobago in their aspirations to lead better and improve lives. So it's a sweet moment for me. It's also a bitter moment for me when I think about Sat Maharaj, a man who has sown more seeds of discord in this country than he has sown weaves to create unity. And not that his statement made against Tobagonians was racist, but we must admit his statement is divisive. When you can place Tobagonians as living a hunky-dory life, both over $200,000 being spent a day just to transport Tobagonians to Trinidad to shop and market, to buy market. That's a hunky-dory life, eh? When you could just have a boat that's costing the state over $200,000 just so Tobagonians could go and buy markets. It's really a hunky-dory life. When a man could catch crab just to play a little crab race, and a mining boat just to race, he's saying we are living a hunky-dory life. Our life is above the average, and we are happy people. When a person refuses to plant, you're saying we are happy. We have no issues there. Sat has found a very nasty and negative way to convert our challenges, the air bridge and the sea bridge, into something to laugh, something to poke fun at Tobagonians at. And I ask myself a question: what have we done to Sat that he would just come out of nowhere, leave all the issues that is troubling the state, that is troubling his people, that he represents, the Hindu people, and come to Tobago where there's just 60,000 people trying to make ends meet? He took our culture, our Easter festivities, and made a mockery out of it. That the able-bodied men, all the strong men in Tobago who are fit and who can work, the only thing they can do is crab race and a race boat. He has said nothing about the lack of a proper market system in Tobago that allows person to grow plenty food and sell all the food. He has not spoken about the goat farms that exist, the sheep farms that exist, and how persons are coming from Trinidad every single week to purchase goats and sheep. He has not spoken about that. He has not spoken about the big crabs that exist in Tobago as compared to Trinidad, and how the crab in Tobago are somewhat more organic, somewhat more tasty. So much so that crab and dumpling is a national dish. He has not spoken about that. He defied all of that. That's Sat. I want to keep it calm because I'm not explosive as yet, but I'm trickling down to that. He took our struggles. The fact that we have not gotten a reliable boat as yet. The fact that interconnectivity between Trinidad and Tobago is a must. It is a constitutional right, the freedom of movement. And as long as we are one country, Trinidad and Tobago, people in Tobago must have direct access to Port of Spain as people in San Fernando. People in Tobago must have direct access to the hospitals and the business places in Port of Spain as the people of Togo. The people of Togo, on any given day, could raise up and say we are going to Port of Spain for 9 o'clock. And 9 o'clock, all things being equal, they will be in Port of Spain. We in Tobago cannot decide that. We are transported at set times, fixed times. And the transportation oftentimes leave us shaken and somewhat in an unfit state of mind to even pursue our business. But we are strong, resilient black people. And this is it, you know. We are predominantly black people in Tobago who are not racist. And Sat, who represents only East Indians, has taken this opportunity to refer to all Tobagonians as lazy, unproductive, and then he goes on to say all Tobagonians are rapists. When the government sought to bring a bill in Parliament that would restrict young girls from being given into marriage, regardless of the religion, Sat kicked against it. He felt it was an improper and untimely bill. And in this country, if you have sex with any child under 16 years of age, it's still a crime. It is still rape. But he sat as the president of his Hindu group, or the chairman, or call him whatever. And he said nothing's wrong with that. He allows that, he encourages that. But he has taken one isolated crime in Tobago and see, when we finish race, crab, and run boat, we are walking around on the beach looking for white women to rape and to take their camera. Somebody needs to get hold of Sat and shake him upside down. He's walking on his senses, as such he's not thinking correctly. Sat has gone from one extreme to an next. There was a time when he was attacking those persons who were attacking persons of East Indian descent. But now, as if to say he has conquered all of that, he has turned around, looked throughout all of Trinidad, saw no issues he could have raised. Then he journeyed in his mind to Tobago to say to Tobagonians, you're damn lazy and you are criminals across there. Sat is 87 years of age, and I want to tell Sat, anytime I know, anytime as minority leader of the Tobago State Assembly, I know that you are in Tobago, we will give you a serious unwelcome. And we will make your stay in Tobago hell. You cannot come back in Tobago again and walk. Not you, Sat. And don't come back. And if you know you're flying over, we'll pelt the airplane with stone. We can't reach it. But just to make a point, we don't want to say nothing like you in Tobago at all. Nothing like you. And if there is any Indians out there who support Sat, do not come to Tobago with that idea. Tobago is not a place that engages in that type of a derogatory and I will call it behavior that denotes people who are on a mission to divide. In Tobago, we will say, all are we are one family. And all are we means Indians, African, the few Chinese, the few whites. Whoever comes to Tobago, that song is all embracing. And all of us, all of them, are one family. Somehow Sat sees it as different, mocking Tobagonians. But therefore, calling upon those who worship Sat, he can't do no wrong to make a quick retreat of this. This statement has further divided a lot of Tobagonians in the way they see Trinidadians, and especially some East Trinidadians. And now he has specialized. So Tobagonians will think naturally that Hindus don't like them. That's how ideas are born. When a man who leads people speak freely like that, and no one stands up and says, you're wrong, Sat. But my eyes came across a document today, a letter from another Sat. And I will say, he's the real Sat. He's the good Sat. His name is Sat Maharaj. I think we should know him. A document signed by him. We call upon Sat Maharaj to resign. Because obviously he's suffering from old age. His mind is becoming non-functional. And he is in denial of the fact that he's no longer relevant to the Hindu committee and community. So what he does is to come on the radio, come on the TV, and make inflammatory statement to gain attention. I don't even feel the need to dignify you anymore, Sat, but to say you should resign. And personally, I don't want you back in Tobago, in the street. Don't even come there. And the moment we take over Tobago, we take it over, my political organization, well, you are further unwelcome. All right? We will make it our business that our children know about you, and that your name become a domain that the people of Tobago must put it in the toilet when they see your name. We are going to ensure that Tobagonians hate Sat Maharaj, because what you have done is unthinkable. What you have done is really unthinkable. And I'm calling all Tobagonians now to hate Sat Maharaj. That fat old man. Yeah. And I say the word fat old man not because anything is wrong with fat, anything wrong with old man, but he sits as if all he can do is talk. So he sits down, hunk, snuggled in a chair, and all he does is insult, who to attack. Why didn't he put his words to see what he can do for Tobago, how he can strengthen the relationship between Trinidad and Tobago, between the Hindus and the Catholics and the Christians? Why don't he put his voice towards harmonizing the country? This is Trinidad and Tobago, and we sing it ever so often in our national anthem. Every creed and race finds an equal place. But I'm on a hate campaign today. I don't hate people. For Sat Maharaj, we're on a hate campaign today. We want every single child who is born in Tobago from now to whenever, they must hate you and anyone who stands up with you on that. I say anyone, meaning if the entire community, the Hindu community, says that, then we are on a hate campaign. Because in this country, that is 1.3 million people, there is no room for hate and bringing down one race or bringing down one group of people who are challenged because of the geographical location, challenged because of the topography of the land, challenged because of the amount of finances they have, and you make it look as if someone is mining us from Trinidad and we're not doing anything. We have no gas, we have no oil, we have no scholars, all Tobagonians are dunderhead. So where did Chief Justice come from? Where did Archbishop of Anglican Church come from? Where is the Prime Minister coming from? Huh? Come on, man, sir. Let's not get down into this type of quasi-racist remarks. We have to be careful. I'm calling upon you now to apologize, or you will face the hate of Tobagonians. I know you're about to come there, because what you're really looking for now is a little small box, and you're not really interested in coming to Tobago. A little small box you're looking for to lie down in. But I think what you should really try to do is to correct this mischief that you have created, and it's no laughing matter. So here am I to represent Tobago. I want to say Tobago consists of some of the most resilient people in the Caribbean, and Tobagonians are persons who are looking for the opportunity to make life better. The wish of every Tobagonian, wheresoever they are, is to come home and to live in a country with all the resources, in a country where there is tertiary education, in a country where you don't have to fly to come to Trinidad to go to the general hospital, in a country where you can go to a children's court, in a country where you can attend an industrial court, in a country where you can even deal with matters of the energy. In our country, even though we have oil and gas, we can't deal with matters of energy across there because we are bound and everything is in Trinidad. We have to order our glasses, we have to send it to Trinidad to make. We do an ID card, it's coming to Trinidad to make. And so a birth certificate is coming to Trinidad to make. If we have a land to register, it has to come to Trinidad to register. They get married, they have to come to Trinidad. And he's looking at our unfortunate circumstances and say to us, we're lazy. What can you really do to people who have become over-dependent based on a PNM government mandate? If that's the PNM mandate. But Tobagonians are not lazy people right now in Trinidad. Statistics will show There are over 300,000 Tobagonians working in Trinidad, and they are from Tobagonian parentage. They have come to Trinidad looking for work, to educate their children, to find life, and they stay because there is nothing to go back to. What does a chemist go back in Tobago? To do what? What does someone who study some type of engineering, let's say marine engineering, go back to do in Tobago? Fish? Come on. The fields of opportunity for employment are limited in Tobago, and you mock at that. Persons are mining gold because they're involved in economics. They're mining crab because Trinidadans love the crab and dumpling, and you are laughing at that, Sat. Sat, in closing, I want to say to you, Sat, do the honorable thing and apologize, or you will face a hate campaign against you and against your organization. That's right, your organization. If the people in your organization fail to condemn you as the Sat Maharaj would have done in his own Hindu establishment. He would have condemned your approach and said it's not representing all the Hindus. And I know some Hindus are against it. But your people that you represent, the 150 temples as the case may be, they must come out, or else they must face a hate campaign because of the statement the leader would have uttered on their behalf. I now take questions.
Do you think hate versus hate is the right approach?
Sometimes an eye for eye and a tooth for a tooth is the best remedy. And in this case, if you don't love us in Tobago, then we don't love you back. We cannot continue in a country that sings about every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. We can live in a country that says side by side we stand and look at a man who's 87 years of age, who has predominantly led a particular group of people attacking other races as if they're lazy and they're criminals, unfit for even living. Because a simple thing like market, they can't even have it in Tobago. They're not coming to Trinidad on an expensive boat ride just for market. That is his thinking. He's not saying we're coming to register our deeds, to get tuition education, to buy medication. He's not saying those things. But we're coming to the market. That's how he's trivializing Tobago and our pursuit for equality of treatment.
Well, we know that there's a separation in regards of race in Trinidad. Tell me, how do you intend to create that rival so that Mr. Maharaj has to step in? Because I know there have been certain quarters within the Hindu community have been asking Mr. Maharaj to step in because of comments which are in some instances allegedly sound racist.
I feel he's more than racist. I feel he's more than that. I feel he's not even that. I feel he's just senile. That's my case. He's just senile. He's attacking everything. He has no reason. He has no limit. He has no conscience. He's just looking for bacchanal. So really and truth, it's a case where he's senile and not just racist. And he likes, like a child, he's suffering from attention. So he sits at home and he studies, what could I say that's controversial, boy? Whenever I could see, aha, Tobago, crab race coming up, goat race coming up. I go attack them. And this is his mantra. He's looking for relevance in a country that is far becoming too large and too educated for his riffraff and old chats. He has to find relevance, and to do that, he's attacking every and anybody, but he has gone one step too far. If this is a joke, we will meet it with hate towards you, Sat. Hate.
But seeing as you pointed out that you in your words, he is seeking relevance, wouldn't responding to him, give him the relevance that he is seeking?
There's some things you can leave silent and some things you have to lift your heels against. This is one. He's more than just someone who represents a particular ethnicity. The man is senile. And someone has to tell him that he's senile and tell the community that they run the risk of being hated by Tobagonians. And I tell you, when Tobagonians hate you, you will get hated. Trust me. If they do not come out and condemn that statement and make it without apology, when Tobagonians hate you, they will hate you. And it is for that fear of Indian domination why the Tobagonians voted against the UNC in the form of TOP. Because Tobagonians would not have themselves dominated by any race. Like Lord Nelson said, we believe all of us are one family, and we strive for that day when all of Trinidad and Tobago, Tobago and Trinidad, could become one family. We don't see race, we only see the human race. That's what we see. But a statement like these that divides further the trust that we have in Trinidadians, the trust that we have in persons of East Indian descent. As a president of the PSA, I dare say, I represent every single body. And never one day in my life have I stood up to say, nah, too much Indians here. I am not protesting. I will not lead on my life for this fight. I have put my life on the line for every single group of workers, whether it be Indians, Africans, Chinese, whoever. Once you fall under my remit, I believe in my life and argue strongly and purposefully on your behalf. But the thing that I'm a Tobagonian, and I'm doing this for all East Indians, all Africans, and a man is saying me, when you come from a criminal country, where all of us come to now to buy, to make groceries, or to go make market and then go back, because we have nothing across here at all. What is that? Sat has gone too far, and I ask Sat now to apologize. And we have some activities planned that we will execute. Alright? If he doesn't give that apology. He must apologize. Must apologize. I demand that. And further, the people around him must distance themselves from him, because he has drawn a line there that represents warrior. You have attacked my people, ridiculing them, ridiculing our culture, ridiculing our festivities, trivializing our struggles. Come on, sir. Do better than that, man. I ain't no joke. If you want to joke, go and play with your grandchildren or find something else to play with. Don't play with Tobagonians. If I know further questions, I say thanks for this. I hope this message reaches Sat on his chair, because like he seldom gets up from that chair. Thank you very much, Tobagonians. I love all of you. Let's start a rock so.